Do you want to know how to do book changes in your Power BI model with just a few clicks? So stay with me until the end of this video. TMDL means Tabular Model Definition Language. It's a new language in Power BI that allows us to make book changes in the model. Instead of altering one measure, one column, one table, we can do it in a book with a lot of tables at the same time, a lot of measures at the same time. Its structure is based in JSON, so it can be a little scary for those who are not from the IT. They are people who are from business, but you will see that the logic of the code, it's very simple and very easy to understand. So let's get started. The TMDL, it's available here in this option in our menu. We're gonna go here and we're gonna have this screen that says, welcome to TMDL view. Learn more about TMDL at this link here. If you want to read the documentation and understand more what's going on behind this structure, please check the documentation. The first example that I want to give you is to copy a calculated table. We have here our DAX calendar table that is created with a DAX code. Okay. Until now, every time we want to copy a column, we need to replicate what we are doing here in a new DAX, in a new Power BI file. Okay. Here in my example, all the columns are created in the same DAX measures, but in many cases, we create one column with a calendar auto that contains the date, and after that we create multiple calculated columns, each column with its own code. Okay, and to replicate that, it's a little tricky and it demands hard work because we're gonna have to copy and paste the DAX code for each column one at a time. Now we can do it with the MDL. Here I have my tables and here I have my model. How can I see the code of my table? I'm gonna select the table that I want and drag and drop here in the editor. As you can see, it created a code in JSON. That is, create or replace, or what means create this table or replace it, the name of the table, the lineage tag, that is an ID that we have inside our model. It's the ID of this table in our semantic model, and the column, the name of the column, that is date, the format string of that column, that is general date, the lineage tag or ID of that specific column, if it is summarized by something, by sum, count, average, etc., and the source of the data, that is date. And we have the same thing for the year column, and so on, so on, so on. And in the end, we have the partition, that is the Dream Calendar DAX, that is a calculated table. The mode is import and the source is our DAX code. If this table was imported with M code, here will be M and the source will be a M code, the same that we see in the advanced editor in Power Query. Now I just gonna copy everything about my code, go to a new Power BI file, go to the TMDL view and paste it here. One thing that we need to do, we have this lineage tag that are, as I said before, the specific ID for that column and that table in that specific semantic model. This is a new model, so this code don't belong here. It won't work because this code, it doesn't exist in our new model. So we have to delete it. How can we do that? I want to delete every lineage tag at once. And how can we search for this in a more fast way? We can use a reject code. That is, we're gonna search, Control F, and use the lineage tag between the rejects code. What is the rejects code? Are specific symbols that you can use, this one here, and this one at the end, comma, and asterisk, that will say to the search, I want to search for this word here, even if we have text here or text here. And to make this available and work, we need to select this option here. Okay, so I will select. As you can see, it found 10 matches. Now I want to replace by nothing. Then I'm gonna replace it. And now I hit apply. Yeah, changes were applied to the model, but we have an error here. Why is that? Because we need to refresh the model. So we click in refresh now. And there it is. Here is our table, copy and paste it. Like I said, the way that I created the DAX, it will be exactly the same thing, just copy the DAX and paste it in a new table. But if we have multiple calculated columns that are not in one single code, it will be much more faster doing this new way, okay? Now let's go back to the original model and go to the next example. Let's say that we have here in our model, we want to rename some tables. Here I have my DIN, that is an abbreviation of dimensions, and my fact, that is an abbreviation of fact tables. I don't like this description. I want to change it to DIN for D and fact for F. How can we do that? Just one time. I'm gonna go here, create a new script, and instead of my table, I'm gonna go to my model, okay? And I'm gonna drag it, my semantic model, to here. As you can see, it shows all the information about the model, the culture, the Power BI version, the information about the tables, the data type, format string, if summarized, everything that we have here, everything about the relationships, everything about the measures. So what I want to do, I want to rename it. So I will ask, search for a table here, and I want my DIN to be replaced by D, the underline. And I'm gonna switch everything, replace everything. Here it is. Now I want my fact to be changed by F. And I will replace all. And now, as you can see, everything was changed. The way that I did, it affects the measures and the relationships. Because here in my semantic model, it will be using the name of the tables in the relationships and in the measures. So if I alter here, replace all in my semantic model, the reference in relationships, in measures will be replaced as well, not just the name of the table itself. Okay, so I hit apply. It's okay. I click in refresh now. It will refresh the tables because I did a alteration in the table itself, so it will refresh the data. Just wait a few seconds. Okay, it's refreshed. Now, as you can see, all the tables are renamed. The measures are still functioning. We don't have any type of error. Here in our measure, it changed also. Okay. Our third example will be, let's say that we want to do some experiments with the measure that we have. Here I have 4 measures, and I wanted to duplicate them so I can change it and compare the changes with the original ones. How can I do that in just one click? I'm gonna go again to my TDML view, add a new script, and now I'm gonna drag it my measure table. I have my table here, and after that the name of my measure, the format string of that measure, and so on until we row to all the tables. So the first thing that I want to do, I want to rename the table to measures 2 because I want a new table, and also rename it in the partition. And now I want to the measure names. I need to change it also because we can have the same two measures with the same name. So I will select measure until the quotation mark. I'm gonna click Ctrl F. I'm gonna search for this and replace for measure quotation mark underline. Why is that? Because between the quotation mark and the start of the measure, a underline will be added. And then I will replace all. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is like we did in the table, we need to erase the lineage tag because it will be a new table and new measure. So it will create new lineage tag for each of these items. So let's use our regex, Control find, and replace for blank. I don't want it, I want to delete it. And click apply. Okay, and now I just need to refresh it. And voila, here we have the measures duplicated with a new name in a new table with just one click. Okay, our final example will be to add the formatting of the measures. So let's create a fourth script here and put again our measures here. As you can see, I have a total sales internet that is in format of currency. My total sales reseller do not have a format string, it's general formats. My quantity of sales is in format, the format is integer, and my total sales don't have a format. I want to put everything in the same format. It's just for measure, so I will do manually. But you can, if we have a format string for every measures, and I want, for example, to change, let's use two ways. Let's say that we have integer and I want to change integer to currency. I need to select my format string integer and replace it for my format string currency. And replace. Okay. For the ones that don't have formatting, I need to select the entire row here and add manually. Here, as you can see, the format strings is above the lineage tag, so I will do the same here. And the same to total sales that don't have format. And hit apply. When we just change the format of the measures, we do not need to refresh the model, okay? So let's create a table here and put our measures. Now let's compare this with the original formatting that is the same that we have in our measures too. There it is, the measure that we changed the formatting are reflecting in our model. Really cool, right? So these are just 4 examples. We can do a lot more with TDML view. It's a powerful tool to bulk changes inside our model. And if you want to learn more about it, check the documentations that I know it will help you a lot to understand the power of this new function inside Power BI. So, what do you think of today's video? Let me know all in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I see you guys on our next video.